Oh, and listen, if all you're good for is money and that's all you bring, I don't want you around me. I'm gonna also set this straight too. You do need to still have you a little bit of money. So don't think that you just in the clear with having no money. That's crazy. That's not what I'm saying. Listen, I am a Bible-based believer, okay? I do it to the best of my ability. Do I fall short? A lot of times, yes. But I'm gonna tell you this. The Bible never said anything about the male, the head, having money, and that means that he is a provider. It doesn't say there. It doesn't say anything about dollar signs. It doesn't say that. So, like, obviously, as a man, you should just have a little bit of money anyway. The Bible does not have to tell you to have some money, because how you gonna provide without money? Yes, how you gonna provide a roof without money? There's that, but it's way more than just having money. That means that you're a provider. This society now, males think that that they are only providers just because they bring money. That's it, and you're a dirtbag. You bring nothing else to the table but just a few little dollars, and then you have the audacity to ask a woman what she brings to the table. But let me break this down for you. So the Bible say that in the beginning there was Adam and Eve, right? It didn't say that Adam had no job. It didn't say anything like that. Adam's job was to walk with God day in and day out, and that is what he did. And then God decided, you know what? My God can't just be, it can't just be about me all the time. I want him to have somebody else other than me. It still need to be about me, but I want him to have his own person. And that's how he gave Adam his wife, his helpmate, okay? Now notice, Adam and Eve was not struggling. Everything that they needed was already provided for them. Listen, Adam was given clear instructions. He had already had dominion over everything, all the plants, all that. Like, the garden was for them to live happily ever after. Notice, before God gave Adam his wife, everything that she would have possibly needed, and the both of them was already provided before he put the breath in her and gave him the rib. And Adam, this is now your wife. This is now your helpmate. So she came in to just simply help. Everything was already provided. The provisions was already being made. They had already been made and was still being made. God set that up. He's strategic like that. And that is my point. Being a provider is not just about money. It is about provisions. You have money, but you have no provisions. You're irresponsible. You don't even know how to handle the money because you don't even have no provisions. You can't provide just money and think that that's what makes you a man. You don't provide emotional security. You don't provide any mental clarity. You don't provide any discipline. You just have money. The women be having money too. You providing a lack of security. That's what you're doing. You providing a lack of respect for yourself, and then men be wondering why women don't respect them, or like, all you bringing is money. I got money too. And if all you're good for is money, I'm going to use you just for that. That's all you're good for. And you be a jerk. You make what, $400K a year, and you think that makes you the man, and you a jerk. You got a bad attitude. You don't know how to talk to women. You can't think clearly. You just smoke and drink all the time. You think that you rule the woman now just because you have all this money. That's a dictatorship. You're not a provider. You're not a husband. And that be the problem. Like, this society, this generation done got it twisted, and they think that in order for a man to be a provider, but like I was saying, this generation think that in order for a man to be a provider, that means he just supposed to pay all the bills and pay for everything. But stop putting your big old head back. You are cutting off your windpipe. Nowhere did it say pay all the bills. And if you do pay all the bills, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how you want to provide, that's fine. But it got to be more than that. It got to be some provisions to follow that. And nobody speaks on provisions now. Because if you are going to be the man and the head of the household, you don't just bring in the money and that's just it. Because where's the provision? Where is the blueprint? How are you setting us up? If you are the head and I'm supposed to be up under you and following you and respecting you, what we doing? What's the plan for our lives? Like, all of that. But you just bring the money. You might as well just bring in the briefcase, set it on the table, and leave out. I'm still the one as the woman that got to figure everything else out. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think y'all understand, like, how important it is to have provisions with the money. Being a provider, you need to have some provisions. God's word is very clear about this. I believe the book of Ephesians is dedicated to telling like how the house is supposed to run. No, and again, nowhere does it say anything about money, but that's what I'm getting on the provisions. Obviously, in this day and age, we do need money to survive, okay? So don't get that twisted. Don't be walking up to women with no money and you empty-handed and that's it. But don't be walking up to them with no money and no provisions. So it's like a man can have a little bit of money and still have provisions, and he can still be able to, care for the household. He can still be able to be a provider. He don't have to have millions of dollars to be able to do that, but he need to have some provisions. I'm going to say that over and over and over. Provision is having a contingency plan, meaning the act of taking care of it beforehand. Preparation. What you going to be doing with that money you bringing? Okay? What you gonna be doing with the type of mental capacity that you have? What you gonna be doing that into the relationship? What you gonna be bringing? Okay? All that suppression of your feelings and emotions, that's all you're doing because, man, they don't supposed to do this. They don't supposed to go to therapy. They don't supposed to talk. They don't supposed to say how they feel because men don't supposed to cry. What are you bringing? How is that preparing you for your wife? How is that preparing you? And y'all hear my baby, he on it. He know, because we don't play that. But anyway, honey, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I didn't even, kiss. I didn't even say hello. I didn't even say how you doing, nothing like that. So I'm out. Love you.